Hey everyone, welcome back to the Empire Build Academy. My name's Fabian, and this is the Beginner's Guide Part 2 to Lords Mobile. So welcome back to the channel. My name's Fabian. Like I say, this is the Beginner's Guide Part 2 to Lords Mobile. Been a little while since I actually jumped onto this one. I was meaning to get Part 2 out a lot quicker than I have, so apologies for that, but I've just been quite busy with trying to sort out a few things on my website in relation to the Empire Build Academy, which is getting better by the day, although there is still a lot of work to be done on that. And if we just go over to there now, you can see that I'm adding things all the time. One of the things I'm actually in the process of doing, and I'm going to do that fully today, is get rid of all the adverts on there. I just find them a little bit tacky. I think they ruin the flow of the website, so I'm going to remove all the adverts on there today. They weren't really generating anything anyway, so I will do that. There are plenty of guides, as I mentioned, that are being added, and in relation to Lords Mobile, you will find this beginner's guide on there as well, under the Lords Mobile beginner's guide on the website. Remember, there are 9 stages, 9 parts to each of these games that I'm going to do, so as soon as I finish with this one, I will jump into a construction guide before moving on to a research guide, troops guide, frequently asked questions, heroes, defense, attack, and then of course all the different game events that we also have for Lords Mobile. Now, as I said, this is the Beginner's Guide Part 2, so let's go and jump over to the game now, and this is what it looks like. I'm playing on PC. I don't think it's too much different to what you should be seeing there as well, and you can see I've got quite a lot done since the last time I was jumped on here, including actually tidying up just how it looks over there. So I've kind of got all of my resource spots all in the same place, as you can see me circling on here. And then really across everywhere else, I've just put the stuff that are not really relevant, not really needed, just out of the way. And same with the stuff that is relevant and the things that you are using a lot. I've tried to include all of these together so that I can find them easily. And of course, I'm sure you probably already know, but I will do it just in case. In order to move something, all you need to do is just click on it and then move it to where you need. And obviously, if it comes up with any red lines, such as these here, then you know that you can't place that down there. So I'll just put this back into place and let's continue looking at this. Okay, so what have I done since the first video? Well, the first video we was just sort of jumping around, having a look at all the different things. But obviously now, one of the things that we can see on here is my levels have definitely changed. So you can see up here what I've got in relation to my VIP and how many gems and stamina I've got. And you can also see that my level has also increased as well. Then let's continue moving down. In terms of my keep, you can now see that this is level 12, so I've moved a few keeps ahead since the last video that I did, and there's certainly a lot more things unlocked. But in relation to the Beginner's Guide Part 2, what I really want to do is just jump into all these different things that are floating around on the screen, and as to what they are, what they do, and how we can use them to our benefit. So just circled a few of them as an example. And the way I'm going to work on this is I'm just going to go through all the different icons from left to right. So the first one that we're going to have a look at is this one down here. And this is where we enter into the world. This is where you can obviously do all your resource gathering. You can also kill monsters such as these. And then, like I say, we can also do some gathering as well. I've actually got 2 of mine out gathering right now, which you can see there because they have the hammer icon to say that they are gathering. And also, when clicking onto this icon here, you can also see that my 2 armies are out. And then you do get some information as to how much you've gathered and how long is left to fully complete that gathering resource spot. So let's come off that. Let's go back. So, like I say, you can also kill monsters out here. So let's click onto this one and see what that looks like. So when you click onto there, you can see we can do some damage to this monster. You've got a damage boost ×2 if you was to do that. And you've got all the different things there. So this is how much stamina you've got, what you can do for the damage boost. And then, of course, we can also add stamina as well. And if I was to add stamina for argument's sake, I'm just going to jump into this really quickly. As you can see there, we've got 9,500 for a ×2. So if I actually just increase my limit there by 3,000, shall we go? Let's use one of them, and then go back across. And now you can see I can use that damage boost ×2. So let's do that, although I won't be able to because they're all out gathering. So that is saved for later on. Not really thinking ahead there that they're already out gathering, but I will be fine in relation to not being full on the stamina because I'm quite far away in regards to that. So that's how we attack monsters. We've also looked at the gathering resource spots. And then, of course, as well, we also have castles. And this is one of those now where I can literally click on there and given a whole bunch of options in relation to what I can do with this, including scouts, including attack, etc. You can obviously also see their might as well. So you know what kind of level you're fighting against, and whether it would be worth actually doing that. Now, one of the things I will do, haven't been onto this one for a while, but what I will do before moving closer to any of my alliance, I will probably jump around on the kingdom for people like Lixar who are not in an alliance and just have a quick scout to see if there's any easy plunderable resources to steal from them. So I will scout him and I'll see what's in there. I won't do that right now on this particular video, but I will definitely have a look at doing that kind of thing before moving on. So that is something to be aware of. Okay, so let's go back. And again, I think that's pretty much it really in relation to what we can do here. We also do have over here as well a couple of extra icons here that we'll just have a quick glance at before we move. So the first one is we can literally zoom out and see the world map, and you can see other kingdoms. So you can see that I am in Kingdom 1811, and then we can literally scroll through and see all the different ones right up until the most recent one, as well as obviously even older ones as well. And you can see a lot of kingdoms have come out since our one was released, but that is for that particular icon. We go back into here. Now we can have a look at the next icon, which is like the magnifying or telescope looking icon. And this is where we can see all the different things within the kingdom. So you can see my castle is all the way over here. And then you can also see the different things that are scattered around on the map. And if I was to click on this, it would literally zoom straight into that so that I could take a look. So that is for that. And the last icon, which was this one here, was quite simply just remove all the outer icons so that you can see just what's going on in the kingdom without anything else sort of disrupting your view. So let's now come back off that, and this time I'm going to jump back into my kingdom and seeing what's going on in there. So these are all the different buildings. As I said, I've separated them by resource points and different things like that, trying to keep everything together. But the next video I do, which will be a construction video, I will jump into all of these individual buildings and exactly what they are, which was another reason sort of organised everything nice and easy, ready in anticipation for that construction video. Okay, let's continue going along. The next icon we're going to have a look at is this one, and we've already said that that will be your army status. So we've already seen that they're out gathering. You can see I've got the options there to return them to the castle if I want to do that. And also I can click on this icon here, which will show me exactly what kind of troops I've got deployed out there at the moment. Nice and simple for that one. The next one we're going to click on is the arrow with the snooze icon going on there, which is telling me that there is something I can do. So you can see straight away we've got two options. So we've got this one up here, and then we've got this one up here as well. So the first one, which is this one, is showing me all of my constructions that are going on. So you can see that I've got two there constructing. You can also see that I've got research going on as well. And I've got nothing training, which is hence the reason why that snooze icon is there. And then also, finally, I can build some traps if I really wanted to do that. And then if I go back up to the top and this time have a look at the second icon, I'm sure you may have already predicted that this is again another way to see what my army is doing and where they are. So you can see that I would be able to see Munster hunts in here and exactly where my 2 armies are and what they're doing. The next thing we're going to have a look at, which is a few options in there, is the avatar style icon. And in here we've got a few options floating around. So what I will do is I will go from bottom left all the way around. So the first thing I've got is this one here. Click on that icon.
For
and
honor!
You can see this is where I can change my leader. I can see also details about everything in relation to that current leader who is assigned. So the next icon we're going to have a look at is this one here. And when we jump into that, this is going to break down all your boosts and stats. So we can see exactly how long is left on my shield. So you can see that I've got 2 days left on that. You can also see things like construction speed, research speed, so on and so forth. And then if I scroll down, you can see the different buffs for all of the things related to my castle and my keep. So there's quite a bit there that you can have a look at, but you can just see a breakdown of all the boosts that you are getting. Move across to the right, we got the stats, and in the stats it will show you the victories and the losses, successful attacks. I haven't done anything on this account, hence the reason why everything is all kind of zeroed out there. But again, I could go down and see all information in relation to stats and the kind of figures I've reached in certain aspects. Coliseum rank, you can see I'm in 4,450. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And then finally go across to the last one, and we've got the event statistics. But of course, you would need to have been involved in the different events for anything to show up there. The next icon we're going to have a look at is this one. Click onto that, and you can see this is all in relation to my talents and your talent points here. You'll see if you've got anything that you can spend up here. You've also got the option to reset over here, and then going back into the game, you can see this is where I could also improve things if I had talent points to spend. So this would be all production going up an extra percent to 4% if I had the points available for that. When going in here, you can see there are many options that you can choose, but obviously as it's a tree, you are forced to go the way that tree goes. So if I wanted to go down the offense side of things, I would have needed to start off here to be able to go into those different things. Okay, so that is for that. In my honest opinion, when I'm first starting, I tend to go down this route here because it's all stuff to do with gathering and building and improving speed in which things are done. And I just find that very, very important when doing this kind of thing. So that's why I've gone down the construction. You can see the research or production, all them kind of things, all stuff that's going to help me out. The attack side of things can come later when I'm in a position to be able to attack, which I am not at the moment. The next thing that we can see there as well is the level. So you can see here, I'm level 37, I could increase that if I wanted. Then we've got the avatar picture here, which I can click on and change to any different event. So like I say, this is where you can change your avatar. You can have event special ones, all the ones that you unlock, which these ones here would be unlocked every time you obtain that relevant character. So that is for changing your icon. Let's go back, and then the last thing across here, you can also of course change your name if you wanted to. You can see I'm Fabian Tiba at the moment, and then the last thing we've got to look at is these here, which are weapons, which we can add to our hero or leader, whatever you wish to call him, which again comes with different buffs as well. Okay, so let's come off that, and then you can see the different things here which I mentioned already, your VIP, your stamina, and how many diamonds you have. And then going across, we've got this one here. This is quite a big one because this is where you would find all of the different events that are currently going on. And if you was to see this icon here, then it's telling you that there is something that needs to be done in there. So if I was to go into the gifts galore one, you can see that I've got a free one to collect. So that is what I will do. I will collect this one now, and then I could continue if I wanted to pay some money, buying gems, and then unlocking the final 3 once doing that. So let's come off that. You can also see again that I've got another one to collect there. and all the way across you can see there's some event previews as well, which I can also go into. I won't jump into all of these different ones because I will do that as an events guide, but again, you would be able to just jump into here and it will give you a breakdown normally of what the event is and how that is running, and also the duration of that particular event as well. So coming off that, like I say, that's what you would find in there. It's as simple as that. It's all the different events, and again, you can also as well click on the eye icon. You will see these scattered around on different things, and you can also do it on this one here. And when clicking onto this eye icon, again, it will give you a breakdown of the events guide and how and what is going on in relation to that. Let's click off this. The next thing that we're going to have a look at is this one here, and actually I'm going to do all three of these together because they are normally in relation to some special offer in terms of gems that you can buy. So again, clicking into here is all the different kind of packs. Sometimes you do find the odd free chest in there, so it's definitely worth checking. And then again, if I go into the one next to that, the 8 days, and with the homecoming events in this one, you can see that there's been certain things added to the game for a select amount of time, which you can take advantage of. So you can see that the shield's up. There's a 3-day protection I have been blessed with. That may be down to the fact that I haven't signed in for a while. I'm not 100% sure on that. Then we've got the login for treats as well. And then we've got all the boosts. Your troops are happy to see you again. During this event, enjoy various boosts to rebuild your empire. So this is actually in relation to the fact that I haven't signed in for a while. So I'm now benefiting from all these different things, including construction speed, etc., for a select amount of days. So basically, they've given me 3 days on here they've given me a 3-day shield. They've given me some login for treats. I can have these boosts, which carry on for the next 6 days as well, to sort of play catch up to the account. So that was for that. Let's come off that. And then the last one is over here, and you're only allowed one of these per account, and this is again a pack that is given based on achieving a certain thing. So on this you can see I've gone to level 11, and because of that this pack has unlocked. Would I purchase every pack that they offer? Probably not, but I would take a check to see how decent they are. You can also click on the details icon, which will give you a full breakdown of exactly what is in there. So you can see as well, we've got 15 of the Brave Hearts, which is stamina used on the different missions. We've got plenty of speed ups going on in there as well, as you can see. And then going further down, there's also some food, etc, etc. But like I say, I would probably hold off on these things. I personally believe there will be better packs that are event specific rather than account specific, and that's what I would be tending to wait for in relation to that. So coming back off that, we're now going down the right hand side, and the top one up here, which is this one, is all the resources I currently have, and also I can then click into each one and add different resources based on what I've got. So I'd be able to jump in there and improve or open more resources. So the next one is going further down. We're now going down the right hand side, and we'll click on that one first. And this is basically talking about all the different boosts that I have open and active at the moment. So you can see that Lord's Homecoming all boost. Basically I've returned to the game and I've got all them boosts that I just showed you. You can also see that I've got some Battle Fury going on, and again, if you was to click into these, you'd be able to see exactly what and how that all works. And like I say, if you was to continue all the way down, you can see that my shield is there active. You can see that I can also increase my military if I wanted, and I've got various different options that I can play around with in here. So you can see resource management as an argument. I could be adding boost to improve my construction research, etc. And going down, that is all there is for that. The next one we're going to click on is this one, which is like the little book icon, and this is just like mini tasks. It's called the adventure log, but in here I can complete different tasks, which are these ones down here. These are all individual tasks going all the way across, and if I was to click onto this first one here, the task is pretty straightforward. All you really need to do, I mean, of course you can read exactly what you're doing, but all you really need to do is click on the proceed. It will take you exactly to where you got to go. It will give you an arrow, and then you can click on the attack icon, which will start that. Now it says upgrade your castle to increase army limit. That's because I've got no one available to do that, which is fine. But if I go back to that book icon, I can go into the next one and then click on proceed on this one, and then we can lure this one. So this is one where I can call them out. Going back onto this and going again, working my way across. The next one is a treasure hunt. Click on that. Can't do it, and the reason being is because I am in night time, and if I go back onto that book icon, you can see that this is actually daytime task. So what I'd need to do, going back to it, click on, you can see there's a timer that will eventually run down to then bring us to the daytime, which is when I would then be able to complete that particular mini task. Okay, going back to that book icon, and like I say, that is what you would need to do in here. You can literally work your way across doing all these different ones, and it's pretty straightforward. Just follow that proceed, do exactly what it says, click on the arrows, and that's pretty much how you will do that. You will also unlock a special gift, so I would need to complete another 22 of these tasks, which would then unlock this particular box here, which comes with additional awesome rewards in there. So you can see adventure 10 level reward. These are the rewards I would get for that. Going back across, the next one we've got is this one here, which is very straightforward. This is just quite simply your helps that you can offer to people in your alliance. Click on help all, and that is all that is. And then down here we've got quite a few going on at the bottom, but this is the last that we need to check. So starting from left to right, we'll start with this one first, and you can see this is all stuff related to my guild or alliance and the things that I can do. So I can go into gift level 1, which is this here, and then I can go and collect the different gifts that have opened up or become available in here. So go and do that now. And then you can also see we've got that help icon as well, which I can click on and complete. And also when you are in this, you can see we've got 3 options. We've got this top one here, this one, and this one, and just clicking on these very quickly. The top one is all about your guild, which is what I mentioned. You can also click on and see different members, applications. We've got a guild shop. You can see the might ranking, so many different things, but all related to the alliance that you're in. And you can see the alliance that I'm in has a might or a strength of 336 million, and we also have 91 members. I'll be honest, I just clicked on one to join in preparation for this video, so I'm sure there is probably better alliances that I can join as I progress into the game and I increase in size and increase in power and level. The next one, which is going to be this one, we'll have a look at that. Click on that and you can see this is where you would see all your rallies you would be able to join in your alliance. Come off that and let's go to the bottom one now, which is this one. And that is quite simply assist for your guild, where you can send help, send supplies, send reinforcements, or send garrison to other alliance members. But overall, the whole thing is all based on working and helping your alliance. Now you may have noticed as well, we've now got an orange icon here to say that there is a task complete. And when I go into there, I can just click on that and then click the collect. Same again, I can just go to this, click on proceed, click on this, click on rescue. Very straightforward, but worth doing because there's some nice rewards, especially unlocking that extra reward as well once you've completed a certain amount of tasks. And the tasks are refreshed as well. You can see that in 5 hours and 41 minutes the tasks will be refreshed. Okay, so the next one we're going to have a look at is this one here. Pretty self-explanatory. It's an envelope which is telling us we have mail to read, and there can be from various different things. We've got system emails, we've got reports, also got game development mail, and then anything that I have particularly saved. And you can just click on each individual one for a breakdown of what that mail corresponds to. Okay, let's jump into the next one, which is this one. Got an eye over it. It's got 10 as well. And clicking on this is where we can do daily quests. So I've completed that. Click on start, does the next one. It's a clicking exercise for this one and nothing more. You just got to click on all the different icons as and when there is something there. So if you do get that orange icon over this, then that means there is something ready to collect or ready to start. Going across, we're going to go to this one now, which is the settings icon. And I'm not going to go into every individual thing, but you can imagine you can find stuff that is account related. You can also see the rankings of what's going on in the kingdom, etc. We've got settings, we've got push messages, lots of different things in there. Click on each one and you will be able to find out exactly what and how you can do things in there. The next one we're going to click on is the bag looking icon, and as you could imagine, this is where we would find everything that is item related. And we have 3 different drop downs. We have the bag icon, we then have the gem mall, and then we have the guild shop. And again, you would either A, be able to use items you already have, or B, potentially buy them for gems if you so wished. And then if you have any guild coins, which you can see I have 196,000 up here, I could potentially go and buy some speed ups for argument's sake, click into the speed ups, and if I wanted to buy this one for 36,000, that would obviously then come off my total here at the top. Okay, so that is for that. So like I say, that's all items. And then the last one, which is going to be here, is all about the different people that you have unlocked that are leaders or generals that can help you in battles and other things as well. So you can see here that I've got a level 31 Oathkeeper, I've got a level 31 Death Archer, Holy Sword, Prima Donna, etc. And then if I wanted to, I can click on the individual one of these
for kin and country
that I can do in relation to the general. Now I'm not going to jump into it too much because I will do this as a separate video. It really kind of needs its own video. But what I will do, just so you can understand quickly, is I'm going to show you on my map, because I do think it's relevant for this particular video. We've got these 2 buildings here, which I will go into more detail when I do the construction video. But if I was to just jump into there quickly, and I click on that top one, which is this one here, then when going into there and clicking in, you can see we've got some different chapters which we can complete going along. Now, if I just go and use this one here, return to chapter, which I'm going to do now, you can see that I am on chapter 3. But for argument's sake, let's have a look at chapter 1. You can see that all of these are 3-star. Now, when they are 3-star, this means you are able to sweep that particular chapter assignment. So if I was to click on this one here, we've now got the sweep icon down here, which is 1 or 10, depending on how much stamina you have unlocked, which is this stamina here. And then when you go into this, you can see we can also obtain these items for sweeping. So let's just say I clicked on sweep now. I'll just do the 1, click on that, and you can see that all I got was the 3 minutes, and then I also got some EXP, which I can use for my generals. Now, if I do it again one more time, let's see, wait for that moment where something else is given. They're just being awkward. They obviously know I'm recording a video. You can now see that I obtained these additional items beside the 3 minutes, which can be used to up rank your generals. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So if we go into a general, and let's use one as a good example. Let's use this guy here. Actually, we'll use Petite Devil. So you can see Petite Devil has that orange icon going across her, which means she can be...
Let's play a game of life
we can
and
attach
death.
some of these different items to her here. So you can see that she's already got these 3 here already attached. You can see we've got that one that can equip, and then we also have none. So I'm going to use this as the perfect example. Now, let's equip her with what we've just won, which requires me to fuse some items, which I can do myself.
Let's play a game of
And
life
then I
and
can add
death.
that icon. Now, if I wanted to make this particular character rank 4, she is currently rank 3, as you can see here, then all I need to do is complete this as a set. So you can see I've got 5 out of the 6, but in order to get the 6th one, what I would need to do is obtain this, but I don't have any. So what you do is you would then click into this, and it will tell you where you can get this from. So you can see that I can get these from the chapter 3:18 stage or chapter 4:18, but I haven't unlocked them, so I wouldn't be able to physically be able to do that. So actually, she's not the perfect example. But also as well, you would need her to be level 23 to do that, and she's only level 18. So let's click on someone different.
Let's play a
Try
game.
and give you the perfect example. This time I'm going to click on Scarlet Bolts.
My blade
And you can see here,
hungers.
this icon, I know it's one of them that I can obtain. Go back into the event, and then this time I click onto this, and you can see that I can get this from chapter 3, stage 9, and it's this item here, the Impaler. That's what I need. Then all I need to do is come off this, go into that normal stage 3.9, click on sweep, and wait till I get an Impaler. Now you can see straight away, first one I got was not the Impaler, it was a different item. So I would need to go back into there and then sweep again. And then again, there's no Impaler in there. It's like the drill looking icon, so it's not one of them. Click again, not one of them. How many times will I have to do this to get it? Probably quite a few. Again, it's probably knowing I'm recording a video. It's crazy how things like this happen. I'd have probably got this straight away if I was doing it before. Still haven't got it. And let's try again. Are you going to give it me on the last? No. So now I'm going to have to use an additional Braveheart, additional stamina. Let's click on this again. They are being really, really mean in terms of giving me this, aren't they? Literally, how many times? There we go. We've seen it. There we go. We've got it. It's the Impaler. So now, when I come off this and go back to my hero, it's going to tell me that I need to have
My
this
blade
own.
hungers.
So I can't do it because the hero needs to be level 23. But I do have the item available. That's the main thing. I'm now able to equip that person with that item. And you can see also as well, I also have another one as well available. And then I'd only be missing one to complete the set. So in fact, I'm going to complete this just so we've got a full example of how this works. So I've got 2. I'm now missing one, which is this one here. Let's click into there. Let's go into this. We've got a fuse. We need more materials. So this is saying that I can't fuse because I still need another one of these. So if I was to actually click on that, again, it will take me to the different chapters where that is available. And then this time, you can see I'm after the Drake Charm. So click on that first, didn't get it. This time I did on the second attempt, I got the Drake Charm. And now when I go back, I can now fuse that item. And now
My blade
also
hungers.
So now what you can see is I have all 3 items now collected by doing that, which will go alongside these 3 items here, which now means I would be able to place all them in and then make this person a rank 4. And I will do that now. The top level that I need this person to be is a 25. We've currently got her at level 20. In order to increase her level, what we need to do is, like I say, take her from 20 to 25. We do that using this EXP down here. Click on the EXP. You can see that there are 2 different options. This one is bigger, so it's 300 XP each time, and this one obviously smaller, 60 EXP each time. And then when I click on that lamb chops and go to Scarlet, which was the one that I wanted to do, which is Scarlet here, we need to make her 25. Click on her and then literally add until I've got her to 25. So I'm going to go all the way up. I don't mind spending the additional XP for the purpose of this video. And so you can see I've got it to 97%. I stop there and use the smaller ones to finish her off to 25. So there you go, only needed 1. That is now done. Now when I go back into Scarlet now, you will see straight away that she's got that icon above her avatar, and also you can also see that these 3 are now green, which means, you guessed it,
My blade hungers.
to this particular hero. And when clicking on that, you can now see that the rank option to make her rank 4 has now become available. So click on that and then you can promote. It takes 30 minutes, which normally means you can do it for free. And Scarlet Bolt was promoted to level 4. So I did just want to do that just to give you an example of how to rank up your heroes. I will still do that as a separate video so that people can actually find it, because they may not know that I've put it in this video. But I just thought it was relevant to put in this particular video. And the same again, and I think that's everything available used, and it is. So that is pretty much, I didn't do this icon here, did I? These 2, this one and this one. So I'm just going to jump into them quickly. First one is taking us to an auto hunt. Basically, it's a little mini game that you can do. And if we click on auto hunt, you can see I can start this off. I can also add other heroes, but they're not available. So I won't do that at the moment. But that's basically all that is it's another little mini game, little mini feature within Lords Mobile. Let's come back out of that. And then this time, let's have a look at the hammer icon. And the hammer icon is where you will see all the available buildings that you have, how many you can build, and also this would highlight up again with one of those little eye icons there if there was something additional that was available to build in there. So if you used to have unlocked some more military buildings, you would know that via this method. Okay, so that brings us to the end, really, of this little video, the Beginner's Guide Part 2. Like I say, what I will do in the next video is I will be looking at the construction side of things and giving a breakdown of all of these individual buildings and what they do. Like I say, also as well, it's probably worth at this stage, if you are still following along, to go and click on different buttons. Like I say, you're not going to hurt yourself in relation to that, but clicking on the different buttons, getting a feel for how they all work. So, you know, that's always, in my opinion, the best way to learn. So again, you can see that my barracks is idle. I'm not training troops. So if I click into here and then I click on train, that is now complete, and you will see that that icon is now changed because I am now training troops. So that pretty much completes everything. The one thing also I didn't click on, we'll just click on it quickly, is you can also see chat up here, and click onto that. You can see you've got the lots of different chats. You've also got them scattered down here, so you can see there are 3 different levels. The top one is for the kingdom, second one is for your alliance or guild, and the third one would be for different information in relation to your kingdom. And that is it. That's where I'm going to leave it. Like I say, I don't want to go too deep with the buildings and things like that, but just give you an overview as to where we are now before I jump into the construction video, which will come next. Do let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you've got any feedback, that would be also awesome as well. And if you do enjoy this kind of content and you enjoy the way I teach things, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. That is the end of this particular one for the 9-step process. Remember, the next one will be the construction guide, followed by research, troops, heroes, and defense, finishing off with attack, events, and then frequently asked questions. Do also consider visiting my website as well, which has all of this information for these games. I'll also attach all the different videos I make and also transcript them into a readable blog for you to be able to do. So it'd be awesome if you went and did that. That's empirebuildacademy.com. And I will leave it here for Lords Mobile Beginner's Guide Part 2. See you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.